Welcome guys, Brandon here from Terminated Gaming, and we're once again back on Transport Fever 2 with the Brandenburg region. I am going to throw a disclaimer up that this has been probably about 2 weeks since I recorded this, so bear with me. Anyways, the region's had some problems with the trains because we're running double trains on these rail sections, so I'm trying to expand the pass around tracks so that way we can actually have those trains go to a middle point before they stop, but it's a little bit more finicky than I originally thought it would be. I will admit that this series, I felt like I should restart it again just because some of the areas didn't look great. I don't know. I guess I'll leave that up to you guys down below. If you think I should restart this series again and try to actually make it look a little bit nicer than what I did, let me know down below. As always, you're going to see me do a lot of this city pruning, is what I've started calling it, to kind of try to get the stuff to grow the way I'd like it to. The main problem I'm having here, and it was another thing that I was trying to think of during this session, and probably when I start recording the next section, is I kind of want the pollution problem to be solved. But I'm not sure if that will be the case, because in order to do that I need like the industry and the commercial to build closer to like the rail sections, and yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't seem feasible, I guess. And you're probably seeing more and more of the reasons why I want to restart the region, especially like the traffic around the truck stations and all that. It just isn't built to the standard of which I'd like. And originally I thought it would be, but looking at it now with, starting to get those traffic problems and all that, it does not look like what I'd want. And also we haven't really started anything with the trams, and yeah, it kind of does not look the best. Granted, it's also the start. This was like the third restart, but the third restart of the series, but that was because I learned so many things from the other two, and I've kind of learned things from this one too. And I really wish there was easy ways to fix this so we don't have to actually restart it without, deleting everything. Because I might actually just do continue this session and just re-delete all of these things to rebuild it. Because that'd probably be the easiest way to do it, if I'm being honest. So we're finally going to spawn in some more cities and stuff. You're seeing me play with this one ship thing that's in my... I have some mods enabled, and that was one of them, so I was playing around with it. We're gonna start seeing some finally some new city growth and all that kind of stuff. I think, don't quote me, I think this episode we actually do get some planes finally. And if you're curious as well, I did delete the no commentary versions of this, along with World of Warships and all those other... anything that would have had a no commentary section, I got rid of them. Those will no longer be on the channel. Everything now will be commentary based, with the exceptions being the EU4 videos. Those ones will no longer have any those ones still will remain non-commentary videos. Just because of what they are. But my decision comes from the fact that posting two of the same video is affecting the way these videos are actually seen. So, because those of you that are subscribed aren't going to click on both the commentary and no commentary video of the same series. So it's causing neither of the two videos to be seen as much. So that's where my decision comes to cancel those. We'll no longer be having a no commentary and a commentary session for the same video series. So if you're disappointed by the loss of the no commentaries, I don't think the no commentary series actually started for this before I made that decision to delete it. But if you are disappointed about that, you can always mute up. There is no background music. There's no background besides my voice in this video, so if you're curious of just what's going on in the city, you can always just mute the video and get the same effect. So yeah, that's kind of the decision behind that. And then also the World of Warships have now no longer have no commentary. It is just listening to me. I apologize if that bothers you, but if you really didn't want to hear my voice, why did you come to here? Anyways, I do appreciate all of you that are sticking around and putting up with my voice and listening to everything I have to say on this game, on World of Warships, and Car Mechanic Simulator. Do greatly appreciate having all of you guys around. Anyways, so I went on that tangent, but really nothing spectacular has been happening. We've added another ship route to Brandenburg to whatever the city down here is going to be. I don't remember, to be honest, because I start just giving it a generic oil goods like line names and no actual town name because I haven't spawned the town. But I was trying to get all the remaining good lines going, so like all like the fuel and all that kind of stuff. And here I'm looking and I'm seeing these traffic problems right here with all those trucks, and I was like, oh hey, we have actual roundabouts, so you're gonna see a roundabout actually be used, because apparently these are a thing in this game. Didn't realize that, you know, I figured you could probably build one, but I didn't know there was actually ploppable ones. So here I'm trying to actually build it reasonably, and then I just decided this guy is just gonna come up and just connect. It's not gonna have, I don't think it has a branch off points. Yeah, I just connect them. I'm just like, good enough. And then the other ones do actually have a kind of specialty connection, whereas that one's just like, connected. Mainly because not as many people should be taking that route. I mean, they kind of do, but it's a way to get from the dock to the city proper. And it's on both sides, but that's the only side that seemed to be having the problem. And I decided to use these, I would call them like the harbor tugs for the stuff here from this port to Brandenburg, because I figured that would be more realistic, because it's like it'd be like a suburb of a city, so it's like these aren't two separate cities, they're just right across the water from each other. And I'll be honest, I did like the name Centennial for this city. I thought that was pretty cool. And it did immediately, once I deleted one of the commercials, spawn an industry on the side that I wanted. So I was like, oh, hey, this city actually is going to want to grow the way I want it to grow, in a way. So, you know, it was one of the more kind cities to start with. But yeah, everything here is being named like Lower Brandenburg, so it's like the game even recognizes that this is actually kind of close to the original city. Granted, there's no other cities really on the map besides the other two that are north, so everything's kind of close to Brandenburg if it's on the south side of the map. So anyways, we're going to try to add some more industrial means to this area. First being this refinery, and then it's going to send itself back over across the water to the fuel and plastics facility. So it's shipping oil over across to make refined, I think it's just because refined, I don't know, come back and then be transferred into, I know, it seems a little convoluted, but it works, you know, so. And besides, Centennial needs the fuel, whereas Brandenburg doesn't have fuel, I don't believe, as its other need. So it creates an actual way for both of them to get goods going back and forth. Because the fuel tankers, you know, the designated fuel tankers are a kind of a problematic thing to have, because they only would take goods one way if you were going to make it all in one go, so you might as well have them have load both directions. Granted, this is going to create the problem that there's going to be more crude oil than there's going to be anything refined, so the fuel isn't going to travel back. Yeah, so that's kind of a problem. Granted, I don't think there's anything that takes fuel. Any of those two cities, I don't think so, because I didn't create transport for them, like rail transport for them. Maybe I did. Maybe I put in a tank. I don't know. It went by so fast. Maybe I put in a tanker and it's Oklahoma City has fuel need. I'm not sure. Sorry, it's morning, so I'm a little congested, and I don't like to do this in the morning, but I normally would record these in the morning, not like my commentary, but the background. But I had this one laying around, so it's like I need to get this one done before I go in. And I can also re-see what I've done before I can go in and actually record the next ones. And I was debating between doing this and also recording the next bit of Terminated Restorations, but then I was like, well, that's not going to work either, because if I'm congested, I'm going to sound terrible, and then try to record that. Granted, that series hasn't been doing as well anymore, and I am tempted to just temporarily cancel it for a potential bring back, but we'll see. I think this series might take over on Fridays. Instead of doing like 6 videos a week, we'll just go back down to 5, and we'll the Terminated Restoration series will be canceled for the time being. I know that's kind of sad to some people, but not to a lot of people. And I mean, I enjoyed making it to the most part. But I think it would be a lot easier if Car Mechanic Simulator had a multiplayer feature, and I could actually get a couple people in there to kind of make it more of a realistic type game. So, yeah, I know why am I talking about that in a Transport Fever game? Yeah, it's the only time. There's no vlogs on this channel normally. Those are on Terminated Entertainment, so go check those out. Terminated Entertainment, the link is at the top of the channel page. For Terminated Entertainment, that will have any vlog update posts and all that kind of stuff, so make sure you go check that out. Anyways, we're nearing the end of the episode, so you're seeing me place down signals and all that for the connections to this railroad. This railroad won't get connected today, but I'm placing everything that's needed for when it gets connected, because this is what I was originally telling you, is I wanted to make it realistic. Most railroad stations, once they leave a town, don't have more than 2 sets of rails, like each a one-way rail technically. So I could technically have that as 2 rails coming out of the city, and it'd probably still be realistic. But I've chosen 1, and then on the other end, I just connected the train depot. So fun. Here I make a decision to go back from the semis to the littler trucks, mainly because the semis really were struggling to fit into that space. So I thought the little trucks would be better for that. And yes, I promise we're getting close to when I will get the airport up and running, because that's the only thing really in Brandenburg that isn't working yet. But, you know, it is what it is. It'll eventually... It was there for a placeholder, and we'll eventually get to the point where we'll end up using it. And finally, we're actually getting to use passenger ferry service, taking them from Brandenburg over to Centennial, because all the rest of it's serviced by rail, because that makes sense. Why would on the same area would I do that? So pulling up these charts here at the end of the game signifies that we are at the end of the episode. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If so, a rating would be much appreciated, and I'll catch you guys most definitely on the next one. Peace out.
Shut up and sit down.